YouTube and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be building the Amourfast Desert Cromwell. Well, it's not actually supposed to be Desert Cromwell, but I decided to paint it in Desert Cromwell because I didn't quite have the right paint at the time of making this. But yeah, it's a really fun build, even though it's like not the best kit and the instructions didn't show me what needed to do in some aspects. But yeah, other than that, I would recommend getting this kit. It was really fun to build. But now, enough of me rambling, and I will talk about the build as we go along. Like usual, all the parts required a little bit of cleanup after I, of course, take them off the sprue. But as usual, this is something that you'd find with all kits that you make. Now, with me being the absolute genius that I am, I didn't realise that I was putting this bottom piece in the wrong place, so I ended up sanding away quite a bit of it, thinking that it didn't quite fit, but in actuality that was just me putting it in slightly the wrong place. I also had to cut off this logo on the bottom and the copyright information, because if you were to pick up the tank and look at underneath, you'd be able to see it. You can still sort of see it, but it's nowhere near as noticeable now that I've taken it off. Once I worked out where the lower hole was supposed to go, it made it much easier for it to go into the right place. This was just me being a bit thick and not realising that I was placing it in the wrong area. As for coating the parts off the sprue, I just used a pair of snips and the parts came right off. was really, really nice. I do like the way they had you build up the sides of the turret, and then you added on like the armour as an extra bit of detail. I found that really good, and it also increased the bar count for the kit. I did find a few issues with getting them to fit quite right, but that could have been because I didn't quite trim off all the excess plastic. Other than that though, it was really cool the way the parts slid in place. The main barrel and machine gun fit into place really nicely. You just had to be a bit careful that it didn't droop down as they were drying, so you might have to hold them in place just while it was drying. I cut that from the video though, because you don't want to see me sit there for 20 minutes holding it in place. And after gluing it in, it made the turret really look like a turret. And to be honest, the Cromwell does look good on my shelf. Not gonna lie. The tank did require a little bit of sanding, as there was a bit of a line there, but to be honest it wasn't that noticeable, and if I had just painted over it you probably wouldn't have seen it. I sped up the painting because apparently painting looks really, really nice in a time lapse. So I used Hamroll 84 to paint this, as that is a pretty decent looking yellow colour. And I'll also mention I did paint the details in Hamroll 53 silver, but I didn't put that on camera because I live streamed it over on my Twitch channel. Hamishsheinkels Gaming, I think it's called, I can't quite remember. If I remember to, I will add that into the editing, but don't hold me to that. Overall though, I did really enjoy the painting, and the parts held the paint really well without having a layer of primer on it. I could have done with thinning the paint a bit more, but other than that, it did seem really nice. But yeah, enjoy the time lapse. I personally struggled painting the road wheels, but that was more on the fact that I didn't have a small enough brush, so I couldn't really get in the gaps without painting over the bits I'd already painted. The tracks were quite fun. I did end up putting a layer of Citadel Agrax Earthshade on the tracks, on the actual track part, not the wheels. It made them look really nice, and of course it gave them that extra layer of weathering. I wish I'd done that a bit more thoroughly though, because there is still a few gaps on the tracks which you might see later on in the gallery photos. For row wheels I used Hamroll 85, as that was a good colour for the black. It was also quite good in the satin as well. And of course for the tracks I used Hamroll 53 gunmetal. the wash, I applied it to the tank, then I left it for about 15 minutes and then wiped it off. Not 15 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes. And then wiped it off, and it took away all the excess wash, with it leaving all the wash in the panel. I am quite happy with how this wash turned out. In my opinion, it does look very nice, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. At this point, I'm quite happy that I left the tracks off while painting the vehicle, because it meant I could get in all the gaps without putting paint on where I didn't want to. As you can see, I didn't quite get the copyright information off the bottom of the vehicle, but it got to a point where I couldn't really be bothered to do it, so I just sort of left it off. I will most likely have it off on the next Cromwell, which I'll be trying to do in a European scheme. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took me way too long to make, purely because I kept putting off editing it, but I did really enjoy building the tank. I really hope you enjoy these gallery photos. The exposure might be a bit off on some of them, but please have a great day. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Yeah.